Look, what I will say about these group of boys is that, we have a couple of boys in the team. Just want to recognise Dylan and Rory that have been in the club in previous seasons, and Jordan. So these guys have come through the ranks at Holland Park, which has been great. But other than that, these are a new bunch of boys, and we first put them together in December through a trial process. We had over, I think, 30 kids turned up for a trial. We started making decisions, and these guys have actually impressed me so much in two areas. One, they listen very well and their attitude is fantastic, and two, they're improving all the time. We had a tough game last night, didn't go our way, but again, there was things in there that I saw, positives that I saw that I can take forward between myself and Marv, and we're going to have a really good go with these boys because they're going to absolutely work their backsides off. That's one thing that they've shown me, is that they've got a really fantastic work attitude, and I'm going to enjoy my season coaching them. They've been a pleasure so far, so we'll do our very, very best, and our goal is to be competitive and make sure that any team that plays us for 90 minutes this year will know that they played a team that fought for that 90 minutes. That's my goal with these boys this year, so looking forward to it, and well done in making the squad, the guys that are here.
With the trials, we had 60 players initially, but in total about 80 players that have come through trying to trial for Holland Park, and I think that speaks volumes for the club and for what the committee and particularly Len has put together for this year. So the 18 boys that are selected for the BPL team have come through from 80 players that we've looked at. Definitely earned my stripes over the last couple of months trying to select 18 players from 80. So thanks very much. Those 18 players are, as Dan said, the future for the club, the future for the seniors. We really want them to progress up to the senior ranks. The focus is to try to do that, and we will be pushing quite hard to get those players through the reserves and into this first team. So those first players need to be looking behind them, I think, because these players are really going to take some big strides forward. So I'll name the players. Can you guys come up, guys?
To the club 12 months ago with Greg, it hasn't gone exactly to plan, has it?
No, not really. I think the idea was that first season in Capital One we would try and consolidate a bit and then go for promotion this year. But we got a little bit ahead of ourselves and ended up running away with the league and getting promotion to BPL, which is obviously where the club wanted to be, but I think we just got there probably a year earlier than we'd expected.
What's your expectancy this season? Thinking on that we've had a pre-season, you're happy with it, you built the squad, the players have come to us. What's your expectancy?
I think from a personal point of view, I think looking at the senior squad that we've put together is probably as strong as anything that's in Brisbane. But football, the old cliches, it's not played on paper, it's played on grass. So we have to actually go out there and perform to the level that we're capable of. And that goes for first team and reserves in terms of senior football. We had a disappointing night on Thursday, but fortunately we got a chance to bounce back tomorrow and prove it was a bit of a one-off. And I think, speaking to one or two of the lads, that they're up for that. As far as the season goes, no reason why we can't finish in the top four. But as I said, there's also no reason why we can't win it if we really apply ourselves week on week.
Tomorrow's game, completely blind against Gold Coast. We don't know much about them. They played Lions last week. They are in the NPL, and they did well in the Cup last year. what's your forecast?
Well, look, I spoke to Lions coach Warren Moon yesterday. We were talking about the Brisbane Strikers game, and I said, look, they're probably as strong as any team we're going to play. And he said, well, so I wouldn't be sure about that, mate. He says Gold Coast are pretty strong themselves, so it's going to be a test, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I think that the best way to bounce back from a disappointing game like the other night is to have to step up again. We know that they've got a lot of pace up front. They're a different type of team, the Strikers, so we've got to be prepared for that. But look, it's better than playing the likes of Annalee and Grange Thistle and North Star and Pine Rivers and all that lot. I don't think we change it, to be honest.
Looking forward to the start of the season next week, especially against Mitchelton, which has got a little bit of a memory for you. Really looking forward to it, or is it? Well, you were there as a player, and they made approaches to you. I know that, and you resisted. But you're really looking forward to the start of the season and getting it underway. Will it make life easier for you at the start of the season?
I think so. I think everyone just wants to get it underway now. There's a lot of work gone in, and probably from the end of last season, everyone's been looking forward to it. So the fact it's Mitchelton, you know, it's by the by. I get on well with pretty much everyone at the club. They've got a good team, a lot of good players. You know, some of our lads know some of their lads quite well as well. So that's almost like a local derby feel to it without it being local. Probably the perfect way to start, if I'm being honest.
Team to watch in the BPL, who's going to give you the biggest challenge?
Cliche again, team that give us the biggest challenge are probably ourselves. I think if we team to watch, Holland Park are the team to watch. I think everyone's aware of that. But if you want a team that's going to be up there challenging for a title, I would say if you finish above Lions, you probably win the league.
Big call, but good luck for the season. On behalf of anybody that's not involved with the senior squad, really good luck, and we wish you all the best, all of you, for the season. Club captain missing the first game of the season. What's going on?
Apparently it's 2.
Is it 2? Moving 2? Oh, okay. All right.
What have you got to say about that, Chris?
Well, I've got to bring it up because it's the only chance I'll get this season, because I've heard you're going to be a good boy this season. Is that right?
I heard that higher than as well, to be honest. I've been a good boy last season. It's got stitched up.
Marv, what's it like to be captain of the club going into the BPL?
Mate, amazing, to be honest. Coming from where we were, I don't know, Dave will be able to answer this, but 4 or 5 seasons ago, I think. And it was a little bit of a struggle. Dave was trying to build it up and stuff like that, and get some good boys across. And we were competitive, but when we dropped a few players, it was hard. Like, and we worked and worked and worked, but some of the battles we didn't win. But regrouped, stuff like that, and got a few good boys, bit of depth, and I think the juniors as well is going to help us a lot. Like the likes of Jack Cabassi and stuff like that. He's one to look up to, as you little boys as well, you know, because he's come from, I'm big, you're little. You'll learn that in the next 10 years. But yeah, he's one of the young boys that have come through, worked his absolute you-know-what off, and through injury and all that sort of stuff, and he's got the Iron Prize, and he's playing some of the biggest games that he'll play. Against Strikers, against all the Silver Boot boys, it's amazing to see his kid working hard. So for the young boys, that's something to look forward to. And but to where we are now, and as hard as we worked before, it's a blessing, to be honest. To just be sitting here and name club captain and stuff like that, and play with some of these boys. I'm 32 and I'm still learning. I'm still learning off a few of these lads. So if you think of that and where you are now, then there's a lot to work on, and there's a lot of lads to look up to. Simple as that. So you've got a great senior squad, and I'm proud to be a part of it, let alone club captain. So cheers.
Now, Mr. Smith.
Thanks a lot for that.
How do you see the season going for you? You've played at the highest level that could possibly be. Playing here, I know you put your heart and soul into the game, but what's your feelings for this season?
Looking at the squad and the lads that are available in this squad, I think there's no reason why we can't compete with the best. And looking at some of the experience in the squad, and like me and Ben have had a chat about it, and if you went man for man, pound for pound, I wouldn't change anyone in this squad for anyone in the league.
That's a big statement, mate. Real big statement. Not being around the boys all the time, I believe that that's what everybody in the team feels, the camaraderie amongst these boys, since a lot of them, they've seen them on other sides of the pitch, but as a group?
As a group, I think probably it's one of the tightest knit groups I've been in with football. Even at a higher level, you normally find it's a little bit cliquey, and you've got your favourites, and lads hang around with certain lads. But with these boys, I think it's a really together group, and within probably a week of pre-season, everyone was together, and it just felt like we're going to do something this year.
Dan, it is a big step for the club, and you've been involved in success over the last year. Is there any advice you can give to the 16s and the 18s, who are a vital part of this whole BPL experience we've got in front of us? Is there any one thing you could tell them, this is what you've got to do, or any piece of advice they should take on board?
Just keep learning. I think that's the biggest thing. I think when you're at that age, sometimes you think you know a little bit more than you do, but I think listen to as much advice as you can, and I think it's really try and be as open as you can with different things and different players. And if all of us are here for the reason, if you ever need us, if you need any advice or need any coaching or anything like that, we'd probably be the first to accept the offer. So I think with the group that you got, Dave, Marv, two good coaches, two guys have been around, and you've obviously got Jeremy over there as well. There's no reason why you can't learn and you can't progress into the reserves.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2016 BPL Senior Squad, the Holland Park Ball.